Okay, we are born in the studio. Here we are again at the world famous bakery recording studio in Richmond, Virginia with producer Will Beasley. Thank you again, Will, for all your hard work on all this. This is above and beyond. But okay, yeah, which one are we opening? Pacific Ocean.
Pacific Ocean.
That's a fun one. This one, like, when I think about this, I'm like, that's just fun. This is
yeah, it's high energy, a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you guys play this one live. Feels like it'll have a ton of energy live, especially. Yeah, digging right in. We start off with drums and a really fucked up sounding guitar.
Yeah.
And yeah, the drums at the beginning, very cool, starting the groove off with the rim clicks.
Yeah, I guess
you know I love a rim click.
On this
Never gonna say no to that.
Yeah.
I love that, like, snare pickup.
Yeah, that's really the whole theme of the drum parts in this song is like it's like constantly changing between being on top of the beat, being behind it, and then being in front of it. Like it's just dancing back and forth. Like there's there's like snare pushes forward, there's snare pushes behind.
It almost reminds me of that, like, Smells Like Teen Spirit, like,
yeah,
or like Gap Band stuff where I guess Dave Grohl got it, but that's cool.
Oh, those room mics sound sick. Yeah.
Yeah, just blowing them up when they get into the big part.
You like decapitating the room mics? Like, it sounds so cool. Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, it's a lot. It's just this, like, crazy compressor on there called the Devil Lock. Yeah, and it just...
Devil Lock,
yeah, and it just gets wild. I probably use it too much a lot of times, but...
I like that.
Yeah, and then the intro guitar is the main riff. Let's see, maybe I put... Yeah, some Futzbox.
Yeah, I feel like this is one where I feel like the effect I was playing through inspired the riff. Like, I probably wouldn't have written that riff if I wasn't, like, if I didn't, like, scroll past a tone that was kind of like that.
It reminds me of, like, Deftones or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really cool vibe.
And I think it really gave the attitude to the song. Like I said, it reminds me of like Deftones, and I think like California Sunshine, but like heavy, cool. Like it has such a mood, this song. It's got such a nice mood to it.
Yeah, and we got this lead during...
Oh, yeah.
Reverse swelling.
Maybe the first time a wah pedal is used on a Dangerous Summer song.
Yeah.
Oh, there's wah on that.
Yeah, there's wah pedal, yeah.
And were you leaning just more on the treble for most of that while using it?
Yeah, mostly, yeah. I think it's just going down on like the...
Yeah. Which is super sick.
Yeah, probably some like Third Eye Blind inspired stuff. Maybe a little Pearl Jam.
Ooh, good bands, good buzzwords.
Yeah.
I like. Yeah. That flea bass, man, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah, and one thing that's kind of cool about this too is that the bass is really driving the progression in the guitar. Like it's almost like the bass and the guitar are doing kind of like two different progressions.
I know. I noticed that too. Yeah.
Yeah, that third note, yeah.
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 Yeah, very cool. Add some color, and then we got the verse. Bring it down a little bit. Let AJ start spitting.
Oh yeah.
Late night, I wanna come over, dragging my
And there's that Acoustasonic again, yeah.
It's just a different tonality to it.
Yeah.
And is there...
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Is there any effect on that track?
Probably just a really crazy EQ. Yeah.
It's such a nod to Blink-182.
Don't do that.
Song, you know? Don't do that.
Yeah, people don't do that.
But yeah, and the bass, you were playing the bass on it, and yeah, just that, man, like isolate the bass real quick of that verse.
Yeah.
It is like, it's got like a Blink-182 vibe. Like,
totally.
And it
yeah, because it's playing the riff basically, but with the chord progression that the bass is doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this song and Dream also we utilize kind of that like the Blink-182 bass picking like it's
totally,
like
yeah.
or Kings of Leon does that a lot too, but like that let's go high on the bass and let's go boom boom bam boom bam, like let's rhythmically yeah
almost like the bass turns into the lead or the hook, because I mean there's nothing else going on there, so
is that it? Okay,
yeah, it's just drums and bass
out, and yeah. Yeah, that's so sick, yeah.
And I feel like the way your vocal plays off the bass line, it just like rolls so well on top of it. Like it really, they complement each other in such a cool way.
Yeah, and I remember vocally just like, like especially lyrically, it's just kind of wild. It's like, no sleep, like infinite chorus, because, in the chorus of the song Infinite, I'll go to sleep when I'm dead. I don't mean to always repeat myself, like I'm just like, it's just stream of thought, crazy thoughts going on. And I talk about my friend Dan. One night we were out fucking drinking. Dan Garrity, hey, if I'm allowed to say it, I don't know. I'm gonna ask him if I can say his name. But Dan Garrity, great dude. He's playing for 21 Pilots and stuff. He's a great fucking musician. But he called someone a bitch. He called the wrong person a bitch. And the funnier story, and again, I'll ask him because it's not my story to tell, but he said, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?" And the guy said, "No." And he said, "You're a bitch." So the guy goes to his car and he gets a gun and he puts my hand on the gun. He has the gun in the back of his shirt and he puts my hand on it and I hold the handle of this gun and he's like, "I'm about to kill your boy right now," like, and I was like, dude, like fucking Jesus. All love, I was on Molly, Ventura Boulevard, and I talked him away from shooting my friend Dan. So it's an absurdist story right in the middle of like this verse, and then I just touch on it and I move on. Like it's just kind of like, I think that is the song. It's like, this is what I think, but who cares? On to the next thing. Like there's something to that when you kind of are running through thoughts and like just going and going. And this song, it's just like, is this the verse? Oh, is this another verse? Like it kind of evolves in a very wild way.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I love that story, and I love that you sum it up too. Afterwards, you're like, there's only so many words it takes to get to the center of it all, and it's like that's true with everything. Like it's like a good like and here's the message. You
gotta remember that. You gotta remember that.
Here's an example. Here's the message.
Yeah, and I swear, man, like it was like an odd thing when I did that, but everyone thought it was cool. But I referenced Sheryl Crow. Like there's one song by Sheryl Crow where she's like, I don't know, you know what song I'm talking about? Where it's like,
and she even said,
all I want to do is have some fun. She's like, I think she says the word boulevard. She's like on something boulevard.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
And I was like, that's so sick. Like, it's an odd little tag.
I really like that right there. We had it like, it's kind of like the spoken word thing, but then just right in the middle, add in that.
Yeah,
give it some melody. Yeah, like
in Studio City. Yeah.
Studio City, Ventura Boulevard.
Yeah, no, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's
like
fun.
Adding the more melody in there makes it like more of a nod to like Third Eye Blind or something.
Totally.
I feel like there's like I just love the character in that part. There's so much character in like a few words.
Yeah, and I also like that second verse. I mean, changing the melody up.
Yeah, I remember being like, I want to do something completely different. Like, that doesn't even nod towards the other one. It's just like, it's a separate thing. Like,
yeah, no, that is what's cool about this song in general. Is like, it's really like you're really just carrying the whole thing, but with just it's the most like I feel like storytelling.
Yeah.
Song. Like it's really cool and. Adding the harmonies on here. Open the doors into the backyard, that Pacific Ocean. Goddamn, that's the woman of my dreams. I wanna dive into her heart. Curry with the big double flam.
And then open it up. Yeah, like open this pit up. And again, this reminds me of the Deftones too, just like going into, we're driving into this dark, like, I don't know, this is an interesting thing.
That's sick.
Nothing means business like a double flam.
What'd you say?
I said nothing means business like a double flam.
Yeah, it really gets you going.
It just says like, shut the fuck up and listen.
It's flamboyant.
Yeah.
Flamboyant.
Terrible joke.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then, and the guitars in the chorus here, I feel like they're almost kind of like evil sounding. Like,
yeah.
Reminds me of like Highly Suspect.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely a lot of the POG, the POG pedal.
The
Octaver,
And then
a lot of fuzz, I'm sure, I don't... Oh, two different leads going on there. You got this one. Just kind of holding it down with it.
Octaves.
Kind of creating the chord. It's kind of like splitting up the chord there. And then, what's this other lead doing? Let's see, this guy. Yeah, and then that's the soaring, kind of the more melodic part of it. Yeah, you put it all together, it's like a symphony.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, bass holding it down. Bass and drums are just the foundation, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly, Yeah, I like that fill.
Yeah, six and triplets.
Yeah. Post-chorus, back to this post-chorusy thing.
I wanna dive into her heart. I wanna run. I wanna scream. I wanna hold you down. And for what it's worth, I think that I might be.
Yeah, heavy double on that.
Oh, that's cool,
Yeah, and just really...
I love that reverb.
Yeah, the reverb just really...
That really
since there's so much space in it, you know, just really...
Wow,
What reverb are you
falling
using?
into it. Oh, that is probably Little Plate.
I wanna run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like a cool plugin because, I mean, it's just basically this one knob. And what I'll do a lot of times throughout a song is like just play through the song and then automate this up and down.
Awesome.
Like, Like I'm sure in the verse, see in the verse it goes back to like tighter, and then
I wanna scream, I wanna hold you down. And for what it's worth, I think that I might be finally happy.
and the tag.
Because I've been here before. Been here before.
That's awesome, yeah.
Soaring.
And I'm right in the bridge because we had a lot of verse. We did enough verse, yeah. It's like, okay, so this structure, yeah, we do the chorus, then we're already into a bridge, yeah.
Yeah, we didn't want to let anything get stagnant or,
Yeah.
just keep it moving on this.
I remember having trouble with this drum part. Because you were the one that told me to put that crash accent there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy.
But that's like a new thing for me in recent years that I love doing, is like crashing on the snare accents.
Yeah, what do we got guitar-wise going on in this bridge? Oh, that's cool. I forgot about
Foo
that.
Fighters
Yeah, it is a
shit,
lot like Foo Fighters.
Yeah, I think that is very inspired by Foo Fighters.
I could listen to that all day. I like that. Yeah, it's like the guitar almost keeps it stagnant. Like it keeps going back to that root. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of an inversion of the main riff.
Okay.
It's playing off that and just kind of getting more notey with it.
Oh, the Acoustasonic is in there
Acoustasonics back,
too.
baby.
He's back.
It's a cool texture.
It is.
It really
No,
fills
no,
in some
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, and the hit on that, the off, yeah, is really cool. I think we learned that on the last album. The off hit when you come back in.
Yeah, it's a nice way to just let the little surprise for that last chorus,
Yeah.
Ooh, nice
Yeah, that's
bell.
a good fill, yeah.
I'm gonna do it again right here.
Yeah, I do feel it reminds me of coming home, like the times when you can really open up. It's like
Yeah, totally.
go wild, like
Yeah.
Christian, like balls to the wall.
Those accents at the end are so cool.
Like whatever the fuck you do, like was that the conversation? Like open the pit up, like
Yeah, like you can kind of feel when you're like, okay, if you're gonna pick a drum moment in this song to just like shred, this is it.
Yeah.
So
lots of space.
Yeah.
What were you saying about you re-recorded some stuff? I mean, why don't you talk about that? Talk about what it's like. Sometimes shit fucks up, and you're in there. You gotta touch up some stuff in the process.
Yeah, I mean, just sometimes you're going back and it's like, like this lead, for example,
Like
here.
what sounded bad? Do you remember what sounded bad about?
Yeah, so this is like a lead that I had re-recorded. And you can always know if it's like not named properly. Because that means I probably was just mixing and it's like, fuck, I can't get this whatever the lead that was there to work, you know what I mean? And so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna make a track really quick and go. But yeah, I just remember with this one there was just some kind of like weird harsh sound in it that was like
a tinny overtone.
Yeah, there's just something weird going on. I don't know if it was the way it was picked, or maybe we had too much gain on the tone. Who knows? But yeah, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and that was one of those times. Yeah, just for the greater good, had to redo it. So, but
Wow.
yeah, so I mean, you know, done that a few times throughout the record, I'm sure, but I mean,
Or like
that's no like
something sometimes.
yeah, or just adding extra stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
extra stuff where it's like this chorus isn't doing it. I just need a little more of this, a little more of that.
Because I mean, it's also like just a thing where, like, you know, if you're here for 5 weeks working on the same record, you know what I mean? When you get a breath of fresh air and then you haven't listened to it for a couple weeks or whatever and come back to it, you know what I mean? Obviously you hear things that you didn't hear before, like, you know, you kind of see a different picture, and you can you have more perspective on how to get to the finish line. Because when you're in the mixing process, that's really what it's all about. It's like, let's get this to, you know, it's right here. Let's take it to where it sounds like, you know, it sounds done.
Yeah. And when you step away for a second, you can see the bigger picture a little bit more. I think when you're in there writing, recording, and also working on a time crunch, it's like, oh man, like, do this, and then it's like, you need to step away and then listen back, and you're like, oh, like, that's how, you know.
Yeah, totally.
You get the bigger picture.
And did you go over, I mean, what guitars were using this guitar? I mean, they're mean. These are some of the meaner guitars, like, and amps, like.
Probably your Telly, I imagine, on the rhythm.
Les Paul for.
Yeah, I might have done the Les Paul for that lead specifically. Probably for all the leads actually on this one, or probably the Les Paul.
Yeah. Cranking some gain.
And most of the like growl and stuff is from a fuzz pedal. It sounds like maybe it's my
What about this 5150? Do you like whip this out for something like this or no?
Not like just because the 5150, it's an awesome amp, but it's like kind of like a smoother distortion, and for this I kind of wanted like more of a like really gritty growly distortion, like you know, just like as absolutely fucked up as it can sound, basically. Like, so that's why I think we use like a fuzz pedal of some sort. I don't remember exactly which one, but
probably the Rat, right?
I think it was the Fuzzbender, maybe.
Oh yeah,
Fuzzbender. Michael Fassbender.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, it's just kind of getting the guitars to sound as growly and mean as possible.
Beautiful. Well, hey, thank you so much, and we love you, Will Beasley.
Hey, I love you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Good work.
That's a wrap.